Here's an explanation of what's happening in Sudan to those who are not aware, and the question of the UAE. After enjoying the Odyssey, I went back to classics and rewatched The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Unfortunately, when I look at Sudan today, that title keeps coming to mind. But before I say anything else, let me make one thing absolutely clear. I'm an Arab, I'm a Muslim, I'm proudly a peace activist. And I'm not here to defend any party in Sudan's war. I'm not here to defend the Rapid Support Force, RSF. I'm not here to defend the Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, either. There are no angels in this war. Both sides have killed. Both sides have been accused of terrible atrocities. The side that I choose to stand by vehemently is the people of Sudan. Just like I stand with the people of Iran and the people of Nigeria against the persecution that they face, and all people around the world who want to thrive and prosper. The bad. The Sudanese armed forces cannot simply present themselves to the world as the legitimate and innocent side of this conflict. The United States has already determined that members of the SAF committed war crimes and used chemical weapons in this ugly war. Ladies and gentlemen, chemical weapons used by the SAF. The army has also benefited from Iranian-made drones. And Sudan's old Islamist networks, figures and movements associated with the era of Omar al-Bashir and the Muslim Brotherhood have re-emerged around this war and openly supported the army. No one is above accountability, including SAF, the ugly. Then there is the Rapid Support Force, RSF. The United States determined that the RSF and allied militias committed genocide in Darfur. There have been horrifying allegations and documented cases involving ethnic cleansing, sexual violence, displacement, and attacks against civilians. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can justify those crimes. Condemning SAF doesn't mean supporting the RSF, and condemning the RSF doesn't make SAF innocent. Two things can be wrong at the same time. And then there is the question of the UAE involvement in Sudan. A few days ago, Reuters reported details from a draft United Nations panel of experts report concerning aircraft allegedly transporting fighters, mercenaries, drones, and weapons connected to the RSF supply network. Those are serious allegations. They deserve a serious investigation. But there is one word people should remember: draft. The report is not yet the final published report, and this distinction matters. Because last year, another controversy emerged over flights from the UAE to Chad and allegations concerning support to the RSF. Experts examined the evidence, and allegations that didn't command sufficient evidentiary support were not included in the final report. Investigate, collect evidence, cross-check sources, give accused parties an opportunity to respond, then reach a conclusion. So today, I have very simple questions. 1. Who leaked an unfinished UN report? 2. Why was it leaked before the investigative process was completed? 3. Were all the allegations independently corroborated? And most importantly, is exactly the same evidentiary standard being applied to everybody? Because this cannot become international law by selective outrage. If Iran supplies weapons, investigate it. If Turkey supplies weapons, investigate it. If foreign mercenaries fight for the RSF, the Rapid Support Force, investigate it. If Islamist networks are helping prolong the war, investigate them. If somebody supplies the RSF, investigate them. If somebody supplies SAF, the Sudanese Armed Forces, investigate them. If the UAE has done something wrong, prove it. And if it hasn't, say that clearly too. That is what the rule of law means. So, who is the good? For me, the good should ultimately not be one army, militia, or government. The good must be international law. The good is accountability. The good is humanitarian aid reaching civilians. The good is an immediate ceasefire. The good is an independent civilian future for Sudan. I don't want the United Nations to protect the UAE. I want the United Nations to protect the truth. If the evidence against anyone is strong, publish it, name them, prosecute them where the law allows. But if the evidence does not meet the required standard, correct the record. And if an investigation has been compromised by selective leaking, investigate that too. Because Sudan doesn't need another information war. It doesn't need another proxy war. It doesn't need the world choosing between the bad and the ugly. Sudan needs peace. The people of Sudan deserve peace and dignity. Sudan needs justice, and above all, Sudan needs one international standard applied equally to everyone, because there are no angels in wars. And my duty as a peace activist is to stand by the people, in this case, the Sudanese people.